ask a CLI agent like Claude Code or Cursor to analyze a specific web page for your research. Hit Enter, and immediately get slammed with an access denial message. The underlying issue is that traditional CLI agents operate using sterile, headless browsers or simple web fetch protocols. They try to load pages like a blank slate. Modern, dynamic websites are actively looking for these blank slates. When your agent sends a request stripped of normal user history, the site security flags it as synthetic traffic instantly. The agent hits a hard stop at login screens, complex CAPTCHAs, or even the most basic anti-bot walls. Because they cannot pass an authentication check, traditional agents remain locked out of any secure environment. You can't use them for deep web research if they can't get past the front door. The web access skill addresses this sterile scraper problem directly. Instead of launching an isolated environment, it connects directly into your active daily Chrome browser. It achieves this using the Chrome DevTools Protocol, or CDP. This matrix compares both approaches. Left, headless traffic hits a Cloudflare wall. Right, CDP commands let your agent slide through bot detection natively. The AI inherits your active login states, carrying your identity with it. To set this up, you have to manually configure your local browser to allow remote debugging by navigating to chrome://inspect. The agent steps out of the role of an outside intruder and becomes an authenticated insider. This bypasses the initial authentication gate, though it ties the AI's actions directly to your personal digital identity. Once you establish this authentic access, you open up new workflows. The most immediate is the ability to index internal corporate systems. This diagram outlines how the web access tool handles internal routing via the find-URL script. Instead of public search, it scans your local Chrome bookmarks in history using specific keywords, timeframes, and visit frequencies. If you ask the agent to check the company HR system or a proprietary data dashboard, it can locate the exact URL from your history, even though those pages don't exist on Google. To utilize this, you are granting the AI full visibility into your private, localized browsing history. This local indexing bridges the gap between public LLM knowledge and your specific corporate infrastructure. You achieve enterprise-level internal access without needing to build complex enterprise API integrations. Getting past the login screen is only the first step. The agent still has to navigate the actual interface. As it interacts with a page, the skill actively logs URL patterns, platform-specific layout traits, and known interface traps, sorting them by domain. The AI accumulates direct operational experience. When you send it back to the same site later, it uses those logs to speed up navigation and bypass previous mistakes. Generating these site-specific workflows means you have to manage and store this accumulated operational state locally on your machine. To handle that complex memory management, your local environment requires Node.js version 22 or higher. Web access relies on localized memory to refine its performance. Regular use builds a domain-specific knowledge base that reduces navigation steps and bypasses previously encountered errors. There is a severe risk profile you need to consider here, particularly when you move away from corporate portals and target strict social media platforms. The danger spikes when you allow the AI to automate clicks and scroll interactions on tightly monitored networks like Xiaohongshu or Instagram. In this context, inheriting your primary browser profile flips from being an advantage to a massive liability. This quadrant chart maps out the threat. Social platforms use advanced heuristic security to monitor interaction speeds. When an AI clicks faster than a human physically can, it trips those alarms. Internal corporate portals sit in the safe zone, low risk and high value. Public news and standard SaaS platforms occupy the neutral zone, but strict social media platforms reside entirely in the danger zone. If you run this automation on your primary social profile, you face an incredibly high probability of permanent, unrecoverable throttling or outright bans. If your workflow requires targeting social media, you must strictly utilize burner or secondary accounts to absorb the inevitable ban risk. The CDP bypass easily fools technical firewalls, but it cannot outsmart platform-level behavioral analysis. Pointing this tool at your main digital identity is highly destructive. The web access skill acts as a mechanical entity wearing a human disguise, mimicking authentic behavior natively through your existing browser. This decision tree maps the final trade-off, exchanging the safety of isolated sandboxes for the raw power and immense risk of an active, authenticated profile. For corporate internet developers, this is highly recommended. It delivers workflow automation with minimal ban risk. Social media automators can utilize this, provided they maintain absolute discipline regarding the use of isolated burner accounts. For casual AI enthusiasts, the initial setup friction and severe risks to personal social accounts completely outweigh the casual utility. If you found this technical breakdown of the web access skill helpful, subscribe to the channel for more reviews of bleeding-edge open-source tools.